Big news, San Diego Padres fans. The 2025 opening day roster has been announced, and Gavin Sheets is officially a San Diego Padre. I know he already signed the contract, but he is now officially a San Diego Padre. We've got to talk about what that means for the team and what that means for you as a Padres fan. What's going on, everybody? Christian Pedersen here with Padres Digest, a new show that is bringing you largely just emotional support during the season. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, there's going to be steps forward, steps backwards. I think that this one that we've got right here is a step forward. This is a highlight. Gavin Sheets is going to be great to have on this team. Before we talk about him, though, I got to let you know that we've got videos on everybody else on the bench that's making the roster and what that impact has on the team. It is on our channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap in this season so you get all the breakdowns, all the reactions, all the updates, information, takes, discussion, whatever it is that you come seeking for Padres comfort during your day, I will have for you this season. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, let's show that monster home run again from Sheets' little hot streak he had in spring training where he was hitting the ball out of the park every at-bat. He has since regressed back from being Barry Bonds to being a little bit better version of himself than in recent years. You look at the numbers here, spring training on the top, last year's regular season in the middle, and career on the bottom. I think that I have enough video tape out there now to say that I do love the Padres, but I am not a homer, and I'm not afraid to say, hey, I don't like this guy. On that pick, I like this one. I don't think it's going to be necessarily like this is the secret sauce that gets the Padres to be World Series champions, but a left-handed bat that he is listed as a first baseman right now on the roster, and he can, I think, very sensibly be Luis Arraez's platoon guy over there. I think Arraez is going to want to play every day that he can this season. I think the Padres are going to want Arraez to play every day that he can this season, so it wouldn't then surprise me if that translates into some of Sheets being a DH, maybe the every now and then occasional outfield situation. It's pretty nicely set, though. So I think that what we're talking about here is a guy who at-bats are going to come in spurts, but if you've got to roll the dice on somebody, having the opportunity to have a left-handed power bat is something that almost every baseball person universally will say, hey, I want to at least try that. I would like to at least roll the dice and see if that can happen. He's on the younger side. He's on the controllable, affordable side. All of the value of the upside here, if we can get a couple of these spread over the course of, 45 to 90 at-bats through the first, call it half of the season maybe, and I think you consider that a total success. And then anything past that is just kind of icing on the cake. I think this guy, if he can hit 15 to 30 home runs, 30 being like, that's a crazy year. But let's call it, if he can get to that 15 mark, I think you say 100% of the time, Padres are coming out on top from that. And it's a great person to have coming off the bench. And it's a left-handed bat, and it checks all the boxes. The downside obviously being if he ends up hitting 186 with no home runs, no RBIs, then you just swap him out. The common thread, I think, with this bench setup this year that the Padres are rolling out initially, and like I said, we got videos on all the other guys. We got videos on the whole team. Some of the, you don't need to know who won the starting shortstop gig or who is the starting center. Like, some of these you just know. The bench, though, I think is an interesting point of discussion because as much as we talk about any of these guys, I don't think that there is any one player on the bench right now that I'd be like, locked. That guy is for sure a Padre for this season and is going to be like a routine part of a combination there. I think right now all of these guys are interesting choices, but there are enough waiting in the wings that prove themselves in spring training that the Padres are like, okay, we'll try it. 30 games, 20 games, 50, like whatever the sample size they need. But we got another guy or two waiting in the wings. So it's going to be interesting. But I like, as far as the spectrum goes, he is one of my favorite choices on this bench for the Padres because like I said, Arraez is going to want to. You're going to want Arraez to play, and Arraez is going to want to play as much as he can all season. So whether he's first basing or DHing, he'll be in there a lot. It will minimize Sheets' necessarily like broad spectrum application as a power hitter. So maybe it is just 10 to 15. But I like the 15 mark I've got in my mind. If we can get that off the bench, that's the boost that the Padres will need this season to be at least baseline. Just they got to be in that wild card conversation, get to the playoffs. That is the formula. We got to admit we're gonna chase the Dodgers all season long. So I don't need him to be Shohei coming off the bench. I don't need him to be somebody world-ending coming off the bench. If, like I said, Sheets can just be that power guy. They can give us a couple of real big hacks, a couple of real big swings, hard hit balls to the outfield, even just for sack. Like if he can generate that kind of stuff without doing too many strikeouts or double plays, I'm all in on having him be part of this. And I think you guys should be a part of this. You might even want to say, hey, if I can find it on Temu or somewhere cheap, get a Sheets jersey, because that might be a cool one to have in a couple of years if he has himself a little bit of a season this year. Let me know, though, what you think. Drop a comment down below. I'll show you the home run one more time on the way out, just to leave you with a little bit of a serotonin boost for the day. Enjoy it, Padres fans. The 2025 opening day team is here. Check out the rest of the videos on our page for all of the other players. And thank you very much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. We'll talk to you soon, Friar Faithful.